Yellow, I am a cyborg disguised as Cowboy.
I'm what? No, that was your name before. No, today I'm me.
Welcome to the review window, or what you're watching. I'll tell you what I've been watching.
What?
I'm not talking to you. Okay.
Oh, you're talking to them.
Just kidding.
No, you weren't kidding.
I know. We're going to be talking about the Terminator, which was made in 1984.
Wow.
By
James Cameron.
I knew that. I totally knew that. I didn't have to look. I was just making sure my inner monologue was right. It's about, if you have not seen it or never heard of it, which I highly doubt because it's one of those
classics.
That's like really, really, really
classical.
It's about a cyborg like going back in time to kill a Sarah Connor because of something about a nuclear war.
They have to kill her because she gives birth to John Connor, and in the future, John Connor is the head of the revolution against all the robots, all the cyborgs. So they figure if they take her out before she even gives birth to John, they win the war.
I really like this one. I seen it a long time ago, but I watched it again yesterday, which I'm kind of glad I did. The pros of it, it has good cast, you know.
The cast.
Who doesn't want to see an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie?
Talk to the hand.
I like music, like scores. This is one of those movies that has a good score, and it's time travel and cons. I can't find any cons on that one.
Nope.
Do you have a con?
Nope, none.
No,
It's one of my favorite movies of all time. That's when you said when you said you were going to do this. I said I'd love to help. I love this movie. I love it.
No, I mean he's wearing his shirt wrong, but
oops,
that's the con. No, I was kidding. I was being one of those people who just nitpicks all these little small problems in YouTube videos.
Braveheart wearing a wristwatch.
Your fingernails.
You notice their fingernails are dirty? Details. Wow.
That was just
wow.
Yeah, I have good eyes. It's actually kind of scary once you think about it, because if you are in Sarah Connor's shoes, just imagine a cyborg just relentlessly trying to kill you. Then there are I don't know why I'm doing this a lot. Indestructible some stalker. Yes.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah, there's like nothing. Yes. What I like about it is it's a fresh kind of movie. I'd never seen anything like this before. And you're exactly right. Here's this guy coming to the present from the future, and you can't stop him.
One of my favorite moments when I was watching it is that part where they're in this club, and then the Terminator was like searching for. It's just that moment that when he first found Sarah, it goes in slow motion. Just that moment that kind of gave me kind of the chills. It's the best part. This movie has some good quotes in it.
Oh, that's another reason. That's how you define, I think, a classic film is classic quotes. Give them some of those classic quotes. Go for it.
I'll be back.
Oh, you can't beat that one. You can't beat that. And where he uses it right there, he comes into the police station and he looks around, so you know he's sizing the place up, and you know he's coming back, and all of a sudden just leans in and says that line.
I'll be back.
So when he was looking for a gun or something, and he goes, Susie 9mm.
9mm?
He has that voice. That's very unique.
Well, that was actually when I first heard, because I was not really a Schwarzenegger fan as an actor yet by then. I mean, just getting started. But when I heard that he was going to play the Terminator, and it required this kind of stoic, non-emotional character. I think that was so perfect for him. He eventually grew into doing, being able to do comedy and all that. But
Hmm.
man, was that role meant for him. This big, menacing, non-emotional being, he was perfect for it.
That's why it's mentioned about a good cast. 100% nailed it. Cast. I would give it my ratings would be a 9 out of 10. The reason why I didn't give it a 10 because it's not one of those movies I'll be watching in my downtime. It's a good movie. It's just not a movie that I would choose to watch if I'm having a bad day or just to binge watch.
I'll give it a 10 because I've seen it at least 10 times. It's one I've seen over and over again, and they created such a franchise out of it. Whether you liked all of the different sequels or not, that story continued, and it ends with for those who haven't seen it, we won't talk about it. But the idea of who Reese really is to the storyline and where this thing continues. Bill Paxton is in it. Guy that, among other things, was in Twister, passed away since.
Really?
Go back and see it again. There's that first scene when he comes in, where he appears naked. So imagine, and there's these three punk guys that are, I can't remember what they were in time and space, but they're there and they see this large, muscle-bound, naked man, and they start making fun of him.
Your clothes. Give them to me, now.
But it does have Linda Hamilton, who plays Sarah Connor, Michael Biehn.
Oh, he's gone on. He's done a lot. He was actually in, because you guys have done Mandalorian or started to talk about Mandalorian. He's in an episode of Mandalorian. And Linda Hamilton is actually in the series that's playing right now, Resident Alien. She plays the I don't know if she's a general, former general, military type of person, but she's the bad guy / good guy kind of person that's leading this small group to try to find the alien and deal with him. And she's a badass in that as well.
Arnold Schwarzenegger tried to avoid Linda Hamilton and Michael Biehn, possible since the Terminator was trying to kill them, not forming connections. And that actually is going to be a method to do when you play a bad guy. You can just try to be in character and distance yourself.
Another terrifying moment for me, but hey, everybody should have seen it by now, so who cares? He goes to a house, and it's the wrong Sarah Connor. Remember that? The way that was shot.
Sarah Connor.
Bam! He burst the door down, and it's truly horrifying to watch.
The famous line, "I'll be back," was originally scripted as "I'll come back."
What? That would just sound so stupid. I'll come back.
Oh, here's one. Mel Gibson turned down the role of Terminator. Imagine that.
I don't see it. And I was still a big Mel fan back then. It's one of those. It had to be Arnold.
Yeah, he turned it down because he felt he wasn't right for the choice.
Good call, Mel. Good call. You weren't.
After seeing the film, he praised Arnold Schwarzenegger as much better choice. The crew made T-shirts saying, "You can't scare me. I work for James Cameron." It really says that. I'm not making that up. I want one of those shirts that says, "I live in the Kirkland household." No, you don't scare me.
You can't scare me. I'm a Kirkland.
Arnold's iconic catchphrase almost became "I will be back" because he thought it sounded more machine-like without a contraction. He also felt "I'll" sounded too feminine. It was the one major disagreement between Schwarzenegger and James Cameron, and all Cameron had to say to that was, "I don't tell you how to act, so don't tell me how to write."
He knows what he wants, and hey, you stay in your lane and I'll stay in mine. I'm the writer, director, you're the actor.
It says just before the Terminator kills the power to the police station, he comes to a door at the end of the hallway. He fires his shotgun, but we hear the sound of a machine gun instead. When Sarah's walking from her apartment, you can hear the heels of her shoes hitting the pavement. Later, when she's walking into the disco, she's wearing tennis shoes.
Oops.
Oh, come with me if you want to live. Who did say that, you think?
In the first one?
Yeah.
Is that in the first one? You said before, isn't that Reese?
Yeah, it was an easy one. I thought it was,
you said it earlier. But who says it later? in other parts, in other films in the franchise, there's somebody else that says it.
Oh yeah, the Terminator guy.
Terminator himself, Arnold turns to Sarah and says, "Come with me if you want to live."
That is all.
Well, now people want to write you guys and complain about your puns, or maybe offer suggestions. Because was this a request from someone?
Yes, it
Review
was
this?
a request from my dad.
Hello, Mr. K. You have a very talented daughter. They can email you at where?
Instagram. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, of course. You can email us at fromthereviewwindow@yahoo.com. And I can say it so confidently.
Now it's just like, so that's where they can send reviews, review request, RRs.
Yeah, that was Terminator.
That was.
Watch it. I recommend it. I recommend it for people who loves action.
Yes. And
cyborgs and sci-fi. And classics.
All those things. Yep.
Yeah.
We go. That's in front of me. I'm out of here.
I'll be back. Hasta la vista, baby.